Good afternoon, fellow Yonkers residents. I am Mariah Smith-Jones, a 16-year-old charter school of educational excellence student, and I have been living in Yonkers for the last decade and a half of my life. Sounds like a long time, right? I know. I'm pretty old. Today, I humbly, though nervously, stand here before you to discuss some of the issues regarding our community. I personally have dealt with my own obstacles regarding community underfunding and development, and hopes with open discourse and understanding we can find solutions to best rectify these issues. Getty Square, our central business district and transit hub, is an example of this issue. An example of this issue as it is an area often unsafe as a result of poverty, drug abuse, homelessness, and the increase of violent crime. Most shelters in Yonkers are at full capacity, prompting these impoverished people to seek provision by ulterior means. In the commute I share with other Yonkers residents, we face the concerns of safety as we walk to our bus stops and train stations after a mentally and physically exhausting day, waiting on an unreliable commute back home. Amongst those who are already home, laid comfortless on sidewalks with merely just one bedraggled jacket, safe inside a border of litter, staining our community with the realities of underfunding. I want you to think back to that time. Do you remember when you were waiting by the bus stop, possibly hungry, stomach rumbling, legs feeble, you were waiting for hours in rain, sleet, or snow? And then, finally, when the headlights of the bus appear, you're excited, pulling with excitement. Finally, I'm going home, you say to yourself. But then suddenly the bus passes you. You're left wondering, did it not see me jubilantly waving my hands, encouraging it towards me? Or did it not see the excitement pooling in my body? No, it did. In fact, it did. But the bus left because it was at full capacity, much like the shelters for the homeless who lay on our streets alongside overflowing garbage. In simple terms, Yonkers is facing the encompassing dilemma of so much excess and so little space. However, in means to rectify this issue, I say that we increase the amount of bus stop stations with shelters. These shelters will not only just provide coverage from New York's unpredictable weather. I mean, one day it's warm and then it's shivering cold. But it can also be used to promote advertisements for local businesses, organizations for homeless people to maybe contact and call to find home and shelter, and even just give opportunities, job opportunities to the general public. I mean, the possibilities are truly endless. It could have anything on there. Just by the call of a number, you can change your life. So, you may think we're done, but the work for change in Yonkers has just begun. In a recent conversation I had with a classmate of mine, we discussed how few doctors' clinics and hospitals reside here in Yonkers. I mean, the closest hospital to my proximity is St. Joseph's Medical Center, which is just one of the handful in our area. And this issue becomes even more detrimental when we realize that we don't all have the luxury of a vehicle, and public transportation is oftentimes unreliable, as discussed before. So what should we do? I mean, if we're late to appointment times, especially in this post-COVID world, we can lose our spots, or even just making them and actually going is a difficult task in its own because of how inaccessible they are. I mean, these issues are truly problematic, especially for our elderly who have a tough time getting around already. So, with that, I ask you guys, what can we do? Do you guys know? What can we do? I mean, it's not going to be easy to create doctors, clinics, and hospitals just in the spur of the moment like that. But does it have to be? Do you guys think it has to be? I mean, I don't think so, because some of our greatest challenges birth the resolution to our greatest problems. So, with that, it may not be easy and it may be hard, but we can achieve the unachievable just by having faith in our community. So with that, I thank you for allowing me to speak on these issues in front of so much inspiring, influential intellectuals such as myself. And I ask that all of you have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.